for the day. But the reason why I'm back is because the first live that I did was a specific, like very niche live talking about worship and sharing my my favorite personal worship moment, and then also talking about leading worship again for the very first time since last year, since May or June of last year. But now this live is really just like chit chat. um, just come hang out while I fold some clothes because I have been trying to fold clothes for maybe the past week or two, and I just haven't been able to. But both my twins are asleep. The two oldest kids, hey Deidre, thank you for coming back, girl. My two oldest kids are occupied doing something, so I have some like alone time to where I can fold clothes. And I was like, let me just get back on live again and just chit chat and yeah, just talk because I really don't want to turn the TV on right now. Um, yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to turn the TV on. And I was like, well, we'll just get back on live and and we'll see what conversations we have on live while I fold laundry. So, hey, Michela. Hey, girl. What is going on, sister? I was just explaining that I am folding laundry, and this is my second live for today. Yeah, that's what's going on here. Not a whole lot. What's the weather like where you are, Michela? Because here in St. Louis, I haven't even looked at my phone to see what the weather is like. But I know this morning about 8 a.m., my phone was like, feels like negative 14 degrees. I said, negative 14 degrees? What? Yeah, girl. But it's okay because it'll be up for replay in just a little bit. It's like processing to get there. Um, but yeah, girl, I did. I talked about worship on a separate live. And so yeah, that was like a really nichey live. This is just, I'm a stay-at-home mom and I just need a yap. That's what this live is. Freezing. We're not. Yes, not going out. Absolutely, girl. It is way too cold to just. It is just way too cold for life right now. Like I don't understand. Oh, thank you, David. Sorry, I just know my husband's gonna watch this. So I'm like, if my husband sees this, what? But thank you, David. I appreciate that. So, so funny story on Sunday, right? Since yes. No, you're fine. Okay, so quick recap for you, Michela, and then you can go back and watch the live and get the details. Okay, so spoiler alert: Sunday did not. Thank you. I got them from Zilul for like $7, I think, and then I just went and got my prescription. So hack for those of you who wear glasses like me and can't see, sometimes when you go through like your optometrist, the glasses are like super uber like expensive. But what I have learned to do is buy my frames from like Zilul, which is like like heavily discounted frames place. And so yeah, order that through there because these were only like $7, and then just go get your prescription in them. And that saves you money instead of trying to buy glasses like through your optometrist. And most of the time, the optometrists don't even really be having like really cute frames, you know? But you can find really cute frames for cheap and then just go get your prescription in them. And it saves money. And then you have like different options and you cute, trendy, whatever. Yeah. So that's life hack. Okay, anyway, so Michela, yes. Quick recap of the worship live that I just did. Um, Spoiler alert, it did not go the way that I thought it would. It should not go the way Well, it did not go the way that I thought it would. So what ended up happening was it vocally, I did not do what I thought I was going to do or what I felt like I could do, you know. And I think a couple factors went into that. Number one, that was my very first time like actually singing since having the twins. And so my breathing just wasn't there. I was like hoarse at the beginning of the week, to where I could like barely like speak above a whisper. So, you know, I think that played a role into like the vocal performance part of it. But then the other part of it was I was expecting just this huge demonstrative like move of God, and it just didn't happen. Like I felt like I was like hitting a brick wall, and I was just like I really had to process through, you know, Lord, did I please your heart or did I not? You know, um, were you pleased with that, Lord, or were you not? So, so yeah, I had to work through all of that. Girl, yes, I do. I need to give myself grace. But I do not start in grace. I start in hypercriticalism. I'm pretty sure I just made that word up. But that's where I start. I start very, very critical. And then I eventually work myself into grace. But yes, I definitely do need to start in grace. Hi, you're from Italy? That is super cool. Thank you so much for joining my live. Hi. So yeah, so that was Sunday. That was a quick recap. Quick recap of Sunday. And then I also talked about on that live, I talked about my favorite personal worship moment and my getting saved for real. And I call it that, like my favorite personal worship moment. I call it also like getting laid. Oh God, getting saved for real. Charlene, I read your comment while I was talking. Jesus help me. Thank you, girl. I actually redid my mini twist last week. It took me 2 days to wash, blow dry, and then twist it. Oh gosh, it was crazy. And then I did Avery's hair too, and I got surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, by the grace of God, I was able to get her hair done all on Saturday. It didn't take me multiple days, but I also, I vlogged this entire weekend, Sunday and even Saturday leading into Sunday, because I knew it was going to be a mess. And I was like, I want to vlog the foolishness and the craziness of this weekend. So, so yeah. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. When I say overstimulated, baby, the overstimulation was so real this weekend. I just had to like at one point I just put my hands in my head and just started screaming. I was like, ah, no. Because it just got to be so much. Like the girls just kept crying, and I didn't know like why they kept crying. They just kept crying, and and then I'm trying to do Avery's hair, and then Carter kept touching stuff and knocking over stuff. And I just felt like time was running out. It just, whew, this weekend was a lot. But like I said, I vlogged it, and I'm almost done editing the vlog, and I'm gonna get it put up or get it posted soon. So yeah, that was this weekend. I'm so ready for this cold weather to be done, so we can. And it's not like we can really get out and move around, anyways. Oh, you so much for watching. Yes, I'm so glad you enjoyed the Disney vlog. Disney was so much fun. And you know what? Surprisingly, speaking of like cold weather, um, Disney was actually cold. And I never actually like said it in the vlog, but you know, hopefully you could see like we had like jackets on and long sleeves and pants and stuff like that because it was, yeah, Deidre, it's too much, girl. But yeah, it was actually cold. So the very first day that we got to Disney, or maybe it was the second day, either the first or the second day, I can't remember right now, but it was cold to where like we needed hats and scarves and coats because it was so cold. But then it eventually like warmed up a little bit to where it was like maybe low 70s, I think. And so, you know, we didn't need hats, but it was still like, let's put these long sleeves on because when you, like in the sun, it felt fine. But you know, like when you go in the shade, it gets cold. So it was kind of like that. And it just, yeah. Yes, Charlene, you guys definitely have to go. It's so good. It is. It is so much fun. Um, and just yeah, girl, like this trip we only did one park this trip. And Disney is so amazing in that you don't necessarily have to do parks in order to have a good time. Like they have mini golf, they have water parks, of course they have Disney Springs, which is like their downtown shopping area. They always have like side shows going on with like amazing performers. Of course, they have like a movie theater down there, a dining theater. All the resorts have their own like theme and smell and food. So one year, I think it was COVID 2020, we didn't do any parks and we just went to every resort every day and just ate different food and just, you know, walked through to see like what that theme was and everything. And so like it is just like Disney is so fun. It is. Never heard. Yeah. Would have been hurt going all the way to Florida. Yes. I listen. When I first started going to Florida, the first time I went was Christmas of 2015. And I have pictures where I was in shorts and tank top because it used to be warm when we went in like 2015. But then maybe around 20 no 2018, around 2018, then it started getting cold and I had to wear long sleeves and jeans and stuff like that. And I was like, what? And now I just go ahead and pack pack all long sleeves. I don't pack no shorts anymore. And make sure we got jackets because now it is just cold. And I'm like, I guess this is the global warming that they be talking about. I don't know. But it I guess. I don't know. But it's yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy down there. But it was fun. It was fun. It's always fun. And Disney Springs, yeah, Disney Springs is we spent a lot of time in Disney Springs. I'll say that for this trip because like I said, we had the twins and we could not move fast at all. And you know, we had a lot of help because it was a family vacation, but it's still it was a lot. And if we would have tried to do all four parks with four kids, nah. I would have been I would have been so stressed. So stressed. That wasn't the move. Yeah. And it was already just stressful. You know, my supply actually ended up dipping while we were there. Like my supply dipped to the point to where I was only pumping like 3 ounces every 2 hours. My girls are eating at that time they were eating about four to 4.5 ounces every bottle times 2. So I needed to make at least 8 ounces each time I pumped. I wasn't doing that. So imagine the stress that I felt being in Epcot. I have 3 ounces of milk and 2 screaming babies. Hello, I was like, what are we gonna do? So thankfully, Disney, in every single park, they have they call them baby centers, and in the baby centers they have pretty much everything you need for a baby. They have extra clothes, diapers, wipes, formula, pacifiers, microwaves, nursing rooms, like whatever you may need for a baby. Every park has a baby center where you can go get it. So the grandmas had to go to the baby center and buy formula for the girls because I wasn't pumping enough while we were on vacation. And when I got back, I talked to the lactation consultant about it, and she was like, well, Sarai, just the stress of traveling is probably, what affected your supply. Because honestly, I was like, I mean, outside of just the regular stress, I didn't think I was that stressed, but but she was like, no, just the fact that, you're in a different environment and just stress with traveling, like that's what affected your supply. And I was like, oh, okay, well that makes sense. So yeah, it was crazy. And my girls, they are used to breast milk. And breast milk is so much, it's not as heavy as formula. And so their little systems couldn't handle, all that formula. So one day I had to give the girls formula, and Riley Reese, she like projectile threw up all of that formula. And it got, so she's laying, her and Amaya are laying next to each other. Riley turns her head towards Amaya and it's just coming out. And Amaya is just laying there looking like, girl, I know you not throwing up on me right now. And it gets all on Amaya's, like all in her hair, all on her neck. And I'm running around like, somebody help me, please. Help me, please. And nobody came to help me. And I'm like, I know I'm not the only person in this room. I know y'all hear me screaming. I was like, please help. Somebody help. And then finally, my mom, she finally comes down the stairs and she's just looking like, so what's going on? And I'm like, where were you? I needed help. And she's like, oh, I didn't even hear you. I'm like, okay. So yeah, we had to, thankfully there was a washer and dryer in the room. So I was able to wash, all the clothes, all the blankets, everything. And I just had to put the girls in the sink and try to, wash them up and as best as I could in the sink at that time, because I wasn't mentally prepared. Like that really, really threw me off with the whole formula thing. But yeah, so even now, like, yes, at least I was in the room, because if we would have been in the park or in Disney Springs and that would have happened, I promise you, I would have probably passed out. I'm not call the paramedics, because I probably would have just passed out from the stress of that. Cause I'm telling you, like that stressed me out. It truly stressed me out. Cause we had just got to the room and we hadn't even like fully unpacked, so I couldn't find like the clothes, I couldn't find the burp cloths, like I couldn't find things. And it's like, like she's had like projectile spit up before. But we've always been at home, and when you're at home, you know where everything is. You're safe at home, right? And so I thought, so yeah, I would have been able to handle it better if we were at home. But the fact that we were out and I couldn't find anything, I just couldn't handle it. It was a lot. And not that I couldn't handle it, because I did handle it, right? Like, once I finally calmed down and stopped screaming for help, then I was able to handle it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I had to pray. I had to pray and just ask the Lord for help. And literally my prayer is literally just, Jesus, you have to help me. Lord, please help me. And and he always does. He always does. I panic initially, and then I ask the Lord for help, and then he helps me. But not without a little panic first. Because that's one thing I'm going to do. One thing Sarai going to do is panic. I am going to panic every time. But the Lord always comes through, and he always helps me. Always helps me. So yeah. Yeah. But my supply, though, since we're on the topic of breast milk supply, my supply has actually, it still has not fully recovered. It has not fully recovered. Um, on top of like the stress of traveling when we got back, you guys know, panic then pray. Right. When we got back, we got sick, right? And so I think the stress of trying to, take care of my family while they're sick, and then also the stress, well, the fact that I got sick too. So then when I started taking medicine, I didn't know that the medicine that I was taking was hurting my supply. So I am currently pumping. So I was actually pumping about 54 ounces a day, which was perfect because my girls were eating like 4 to 4.5 ounces 5 times a day. So that's about like 25 ounces per. Yeah, 25 ounces a girl. And then because I have 2 girls, that'd be about 50. So I was making enough, and I had about 4 ounces left over, and I was able to put that into the freezer. But then, because of Disney getting sick, now my supply is down to, I'm pumping anywhere from like 42 to 44 ounces of milk. But my girls have increased to 5 ounces about 6 times a day. So that's 30 ounces times 2 is 60. But I am only pumping 42 to 44 ounces a day. But my girls are eating 60 ounces a day. So I have had to supplement a lot. What I've learned to do is space it out over the course of the day. So instead of like giving a whole like 5 ounce bottle of formula at night, I mix it throughout the day. So I will do anywhere from 3 to 4 ounces of breast milk, and then fill the rest of the bottle up to 5 ounces with formula. If that makes sense. And so I pretty much do that for every bottle throughout the day, so that my breast milk lasts, and so that they don't have like a full bottle of formula at any point during the day, because I know that their systems can't handle, that formula, because it's way too heavy to sit on them. So that's what we've been doing to manage. I also realized that I was not eating enough while, being sick, and while taking care of my family. I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't drinking enough. I was pumping enough. I was still pumping enough. But I think that I needed to replace my pump parts. I needed to rework and adjust my settings on my pump as well to try and get, the most that I could out. So, I mean, yeah, I just like I'm trying to not give up, because I'll be honest with you, there are times where I'm just like, Lord, I'm tired. Like I'm tired of pumping. I'm tired of like worrying about, am I going to make enough and how their stomachs are going to react. Did I try? No, I did not try the Milky Mama emergency brownie. Did I read that right? Did I say that right? You know how your brain be moving faster than your mouth? Just like the laid thing. Yeah. Did I, Lord? I think I did. But no, I did not try those brownies. I did not. I'll be honest with you. I was like, Jesus, can I afford this right now? It really was a money thing. I was like, I don't know if I can afford this with shipping and everything. But I need to though. I just stuck with my what is it called? Milk Makers by Munchkin. Those oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. I just stuck with those because I was like, okay, I can go to the store and I don't have to pay for shipping for that one. So I just stuck with those and body armors. I've been doing that. Body armors, those cookies. And then also just regular oatmeal too. Like just eating oatmeal quite often, for breakfast. And so that's been helping. Um, and then just trying to make sure, like I said, that I'm eating enough, I'm drinking enough, drinking enough water, you know. So yeah, power pumping. And yes, girl. And that's the thing, it's like people will be like, oh, if you just exclusively, breastfeed, oh, like that's easier than pumping. Or some people like, oh, pumping is so much easier than breastfeeding. But honestly, I don't think they're like, you can't compare to say like which one's easier, which one, whatever, because both of them have their pros, both of them have their cons. And it's like, while, it may be easier to just pump so you don't have to worry about latching, it's like sometimes latching, you'd rather pump because the latching hurts. Like it just, it's just like it trades off. It's like both of them, like I said, have their pros and both of them have their cons. And you just got to find the one that, like works for you and works for your lifestyle. I've done both of them. I have exclusively breastfed and I have exclusively pumped, and I have done a combination of both. And you just gotta do what works for you. You just gotta do what works for you. But both are exhausting. Absolutely, Michaela. Both are exhausting. Both require so much time and effort, and just, man, it's crazy. Some rest. Yeah, you know what, Deidre? I'm trying. I really am trying to take care of myself. The girls actually slept through the night last night. So we, were able to get some good sleep last night, which was such a blessing. They're both tedious. They are. They are both tedious. So talking about, Sunday, leading worship, right? Trying to pump and keep up with that schedule was so difficult for me. Um, I woke up to pump at 5 a.m. and then I pumped again at 7:30. And then the next time I was supposed to pump was at 9:30, right? But at 9:30, I'm in sound check. And I was really debating like, so I have the wearable pump, so I don't have to be like stationary. I don't have to plug anything in. I have a wearable pump to where I can put it on and move around. But it is kind of loud. You can definitely hear like the machine going. And because of the dress that I had on, I was like, it was gonna take me a minute to put them on and it was going to take me a minute to get them off, right? That whole process was going to take about like 30, 45 minutes. So, you know, like I said, so I'm in sound check at 9:30, and I'm trying to figure out, do I dip out and go pump, or do I just wait around until after sound check and try to pump right before church? Like, what do I do? And I decided to wait. That was a weird question to ask, sir, and I'm not going to answer that. Thank you. So what I ended up doing is just waiting until after sound check. But mind you, the last time I pumped was like 7:30. It's 10:30. That's 3 hours. I'm hurting. I feel milk starting to come down, and I'm like, this isn't good, right? So at 10:30, when sound check is done, I'm like, do I have time to go pump? No, because like I said, the fact that I needed to get undressed to put the pumps on, then actually pump, and then I needed to get undressed again so that I could take the pumps off and pump the milk. Like, that was gonna take me anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes. It was already 10:30. Service started at 11. I'm leading worship today. I don't have that time, right? So I just had to wait. I just had to wait. Thank you, Deidre. Thank you for praying to cover this live, because some people that's coming in this comment section, what are we talking about, saints? Okay. I don't know what these people talking about, but I am blocking and deleting these crazy comments, okay? What was I talking about? Lord Jesus, I don't know what I was talking about. Yes, so I just had to. Oh, Tim. Hey, Tim. Yeah, no. Well, no. Yeah, you don't have to be part of this show. But this is what was going on Sunday. I was struggling on Sunday. Okay, so anyways, so I had to just wait until after I was done singing, to go and take care of that. And that was crazy, because then I just had to go stand in the bathroom for 30 minutes, 35 minutes, just stand there and pump. So if y'all were wondering where Soraya disappeared to during service, that's where I was. I was in the bathroom pumping, because I had to wait almost I did wait almost 4.5 hours before I could pump again. And that's just not good. It's just not. Like, the longer you wait in between pump sessions, like that tells your body to decrease supply, which, as I already told you guys, I can't afford to decrease supply right now, because I'm already low. Yeah, Tim, I was struggling Sunday. I was struggling. Yes. That's what was going on with me. That's what was going on with me. And then my children, y'all, let me tell you about my children. Okay, my children was acting up. And people probably not, people extend so much grace to my kids because they're the bishop's grandkids. So they extend so much grace. But y'all, my kids was acting up. Okay, so Avery had her nana's phone. Just think about your yes, Michaela, baby. You know, I was in pain. I was hurting. So Avery, right? She is going back and forth to her nana's seat, talking to her nana in the middle of service, and Nana is sitting on the very front row, and Avery's just going back and forth. And then Carter at one point just takes off running down the aisle, and thankfully one of the deacons caught him. Amaya, she kept like coughing, and I was like, where is this cough coming from? But Amaya kept coughing, and she was coughing so loud, and then she was talking loud, and the only child that was acting right was Riley. That was it. Riley was the only one that was just sitting back, chilling. Riley was good. And I'm like, Riley, what? Can you get your siblings, please? Can you get your siblings and tell them to sit down and hush? And y'all, Avery kept going up to people talking about, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Avery, don't you be in this here church house having people think we don't feed you, little girl. We ate breakfast, okay? We gave them kids breakfast before we went to sound check. But they was in there acting like they ain't ate. I was like, why are y'all acting like this? They said we run this church. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And then people like, well, you just need to bring them out more. And I'm like, listen, okay, we have been at home taking care of these. I'm starving. Yes, that's exactly how she was acting. And the saints just give into it every time. Oh, Soraya, she says she hungry. Come on, baby, let's go find you a muffin. So then after church, Avery takes me and she's like, Mommy, look, this is where the muffins are. I said, oh, okay. This where they are? All right, baby, thank you for letting Mommy know where the muffins are. Oh, gosh. Just crazy. Just absolute craziness. My kids are funny. My kids are really funny. But like when we be in church, I just be like, please don't embarrass me. Please act like you got some home training. Please. Don't be in here like that. Because I guess like for me, like I wasn't allowed to do stuff like that. Um like my mama was just very just like, I don't want to say she was strict on me in church, but my mama was kind of strict on me in church. And so the freedom that my kids have, because they are the bishops, grandchildren, it's uncomfortable for me, and nobody else has a problem. Everybody's like, oh, they're fine, they're kids, or this, they're that. I'd be like, really? But it really is uncomfortable for me to let them just be them, and it's not like it's not like my kids be out here acting, like acting unruly. Like no, they definitely don't do that. But it's still just like some of the things that they do, like with the church snacks and running down the aisle and the deacon just catching them. It just be like, oh, it's cringy. It's cringy, but they are right. But they are church babies. Um, I mean, they're my children be there when nobody else be there. You know, I say pretending she was in worship. Really, I have gotten so many pictures from the saints of Avery during church services, like lifting her hands and like spinning around in circles and like singing and like. I've gotten so many pictures like that. But I'm grateful for those kind of pictures though, because they always say like, kids they learn through play, right? And it's like she may be pretending now, but like one day, like that's gonna be what she actually does. You know what I mean? Because that's what she's been exposed to all of her life. That's what she sees at home, and like one day, like that's gonna be like her actual, expression and posture. So yeah, my kids, and two, they love going to church. My kids are very social, which is the opposite of me. I am not. I am not social. And people, like, you probably wouldn't think that about me. You'd probably think, oh, Soraya loves to talk because I'm yapping on live right now. But no, I really don't. Like, I be to myself. I be quiet. I don't really be talking like that. And then too, because I lead worship, people be like, "Oh, I thought you were very outgoing because you lead worship." And I'm like, I'm only outgoing when I need to be. But if I don't have to be, I'm not going to be. I'm gonna be quiet. Like when we go to the park, my kids, "Hi, what's your name? Oh, let's go over here. Let's do it." And I'd be like, let's just stay to ourselves. Like, look, nobody's on this swing. Let's go to this swing. Let's not be around everybody. And she was like, ah! Ah! Avery, man, she just be Avery's a character, man. She is a character. Being a worship leader like you when she grows up, you know what? She might be. I honestly think that Avery, until I get to know you, yes, absolutely, girl, until I get to know you. But before I get to know you, hi, and that's it. Let me go find a corner. Go sit down. But yeah, but I feel like Avery's gonna be a singer, but I also think Avery's gonna play the piano because and Tim, you on here and you already know because she was with you. Avery has always really been drawn to like the keyboard, always. And she, ever since she was months old, she has always been drawn to the keyboard. And so I feel like Avery is going to play and sing, which is super cool to me. I started playing the piano when I was a little girl, her age, with my grandmother. I never like became fluent in it. I can figure it out. I can read sheet music just a little bit. When I left teaching the first time, I started taking piano lessons, and so I learned how to read sheet music and everything. Um, and I can do a little bit, not much, just a little bit. But yeah, but Avery, I really want to get her either in lessons or I want to buy her like a little like kids beginner piano book, off Amazon, and just let her just start playing and getting some structure and things like that. She asked her daddy. Lee, of course, plays at home, and she loves to hear her daddy play at home, and she asked me when he was at work. She was like, "Mommy, can I get on the piano and play like Daddy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you can play like Daddy." And I want to play the song like Daddy. And it's just like, well, baby, that don't just happen. Like, Daddy's been practicing for years to learn how to play, like like really well. Daddy does that really well because he practices. But you ain't there yet, baby. I feel like she thinks she can just sit down and her hands are just gonna start moving and just make this beautiful music. But no, that takes time. That takes time. But yeah, and I feel like this is the right time. She's still young enough to where, she's picking up things so fast and absorbing things very fast and everything. So yeah. And then Carter's our little drummer. He is definitely our little drummer. He taps on everything. Everything and anything. Anything becomes drumsticks for him. So we are preparing ourselves for to buy. Well, I don't even think we're gonna buy a drum set. My mom was saying that there is a lady back home who has a drum set that she just wants to gift to Carter. So yeah, so we're gonna have to find a place and build a soundproof practice room. For our kids so they can practice their music and everything. And but Lee and I, we talked about that, like when we finish our basement, we would like to include a room that's like a soundproof like music rehearsal room. which I think, would be really cool to have for our kids. And then, we have our twins, and so it's gonna be really cool to see like what our twins gravitate to, if they gravitate towards anything, which I feel like they're going to. So I'm like, do we have the Scott sisters? Like the Clark sisters? Is that what we have? I don't know, but we definitely have our own band. Examples you guys do know for judgment. Thank you so much, Deidre. I appreciate that. Cause we trying, girl. Sometimes when my kids be acting up, I'd be like, oh, sorry, looking at the baby monitor. The twins are taking a nap right now, and I'm like trying to watch the baby monitor, make sure that they they ain't waking up yet. But thank you, Deidre. I really appreciate that, because we trying, man. But sometimes when these kids be out in public and they be acting up, I literally tell people, I promise, we're trying to teach them the correct way to act. I promise you. Like when we were in Disney World for Christmas, Avery got a gift, and before she said thank you, she was like, "What is?" I was like, "Say thank you." Say thank you. Don't just start. Well, what? No, say thank you first. So that's been, it's fun. They are. My kids are fun, and I'm grateful to be their mom. It is hard. Parenting is hard. Um but man, but with the help of the Lord, like we're making it. We we are making it. So, yeah, that's that. So meanwhile, Avery, I have to register her for kindergarten next week. So that is very, it's bittersweet. The bitter part is the fact that my baby is growing up, you know? And of course, she can't stay little forever, but it's just like, really? Kindergarten already? And just thinking about, it's like once she starts school, like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, you're in school until you turn 18, and then if you go to college, that's even more school, and then after school, then you start working in your career, and it's just like life just like you're never this age again where you're just carefree. You know what I mean? And you just at home and just playing all day, and like you never go back to to this, because you start life. And so yeah, my heart is really torn. I've been considering doing homeschool, because if you watched my vlog of our morning routine, I we pretty much do homeschool now for like pre-K things, because in St. Louis, which is crazy to me, pre-K is not free, which is so crazy, because in Oklahoma it's free. It's a part of like the public school system, but here it's not. Here it's like daycare, which is really weird. But anyways, um, yeah, so like we've been doing like pre-K homeschool basically. And I'm like, we could just continue this on, for kindergarten. But my husband is like, you need a break. Send them kids to school. I'm like, okay, we'll see. But my heart is still like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It happens so fast. Her reading skills. Yes, they are. Thank you so much. They are. We've yeah, she just, pre-K was not free. Yeah, it's not. And maybe, well, I'll say that out where we live, because we live like deep, like west. So maybe just out where we live, that it's not, it's not free. But But yeah, it's not free out here. You got to pay for that. And then um even with having to pay for it, they have these like super long waiting lists too. So, yeah, Sister Cheryl, kindergarten already. Yeah, it's just it happens so fast. But yeah, the waiting list too. The fact that they have these super long waiting lists for pre-K is crazy to me as well. Um, and so it's like by the time that we, get her on a waiting list, like it'll be time to just go straight on into to kindergarten. So that's why we didn't like really push, for pre-K right now, or this year. So yeah, and we've been doing well at home. The only thing we haven't really started to do, excuse me, which I did do a little bit, is math. And somebody was like, "You're a math teacher and you haven't taught her math," and I'm like, "Okay, first of all, I do secondary. I call me when you need help with pre-algebra. Okay, call me when you need help with like trig. That's my sweet spot. Okay, I am algebra, like pre-algebra, algebra 1, algebra 2, trig, pre-calc. Call me for that because that's what I love. Don't call me if you for elementary school. Nope, do not. No. Oh no. I taught 6th grade math for one semester. And I was about to throw them kids and that book all away. I am not an elementary, early childhood math teacher. No, no, no. That I don't know why, but that kind of stuff like frustrates me. Like trying to teach like those basic foundational things, like that. That frustrates me so much. And I'm not that person. But once you get to 7th grade and you in pre-algebra, then you can call Mrs. Scott. That's what you can call me. But do not call me before then, because I'm not coming. I'm just not coming. I am gonna send you straight to voicemail. Decline the call because I'm I can't help you. I can't help you. And you know what? Stats, absolutely. And I think too, it's like stats, what I've found is like stats really isn't that hard, but it's just the way that people have explained it that makes it difficult. You know what I'm saying? Right, okay, Michaela, there we go. I forgot. You started tutoring in math, didn't you, for elementary? If y'all need an elementary math tutor, Michaela, she is in the comments right now. She does it. She does it. Not me. Michaela does it. Got an A in pre-algebra? Yes, girl, you would have gotten an A. You probably would have, because that was one thing that I did for my kids. Like I already knew that math was hard, is hard, and I always taught in like Title I schools where the majority of the students look like me, right? Um, and I understood a lot of the factors that went into, what made our students successful, or what prohibited them from making, or from them being successful. You know what I'm trying to say, okay, Saints? You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, but like I would work with my kids. I would extend my kids grace. Like there would be teachers who like wouldn't let the kids use calculators. And like I totally understand why. It'd be like the kids need to know it. They just need to know it. And I'm like, while I understand that the kids just need to know, how to do math, and they need to think, and they need to do this, they need to do that. It's also 2020, what year was that? I was teaching 2018, 20 whatever. And everything is technology now. You know what I mean? Like even as adults, when we don't know something, what do? We grab our phones. But then with the kids, we don't want them to use any sort of, resource. That's not fair, because that's not how the real world works. So if we want to prepare our students for the real world, then we need to teach them what we do in the real world. We research when we don't know. We use our resources when we don't know. So if you don't know what 3 times 5 is, you better put it in that calculator and come on, because you know what I mean? Because I'm like, you mean to tell me that you can't find the area of this triangle all because you don't know 3 times 5? Like, you know the formula, you just can't put it in there and do it. Boy, if you don't get that calculator and put that 1/2 times base time height in that calculator and come on. Lord Jesus. Oh, I feel like that math is for, yeah, it, and it's a lot of people's. Now they use a Desmos calculator. Well, I should teach me how to use it. Yeah, so Desmos, so is there like an actual like handheld calculator that they have, or is it still just online? Because I would teach my students to just go online and use a Desmos calculator, because, man, when I tell you, them kids, and then when I would be like, y'all just use a calculator, they were like, for real? We can use a calculator? I'd be like, yes, if you don't use that calculator and come on. Because honestly, as an algebra teacher, like when I'm teaching middle school and high school, like the things that I am testing for and like my learning objectives that I am, assessing from my kids, it's not those basic skills. It's not. It is not a part of my learning objective that you show me that you can do multiplication. It's not. So why am I sitting up here fussing and going back and forth with you about whether or not you know your multiplication facts? You should have learned that years ago. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I just need you to make sure that you can do, find, like I said, find the area of a square. You need to figure out how to do the FOIL method. Like, that's what I need. All this other basic stuff, baby, use a calculator. Just use it and go on. Let's move on and do something else. Did you take a language class in high school? Yes, I did. So it is required in Oklahoma in order to graduate from high school that you take 2 years or 3? I think that you had to take 2 years of a foreign language in high school in order to graduate, I believe. So I did Spanish in 3rd grade, at least here. See, yeah. So Michelle, are you saying like you have to, the last time they assess like multiplication, like a part of a learning standard, it's in the 3rd grade? But yeah, Deidre, I took Spanish in high school. And then then when I went to college, you also had to take a foreign language there too. Or I think it was like a part of my degree requirements or something that I had to take a foreign language. So I did Spanish again. Yes. Okay, cool. No, you're good, girl. I just want to make sure I understood. So I took Spanish in college as well. And I honestly wanted to get a minor in Spanish because initially my plan was to get my degree in education, and I wanted to move to Texas to begin teaching, get my master's, and I wanted to be a superintendent. I wanted to be a principal, and I wanted to be a superintendent. But but on my last live, the worship live that I did earlier today, I gave my testimony, and I was talking about how the yes that I gave the Lord in that worship moment is what opened the door to where I am in my life right now. And when I gave the Lord my yes, in that worship moment, he totally changed the trajectory of my life. And did I ever end up in Texas? No. Did I ever become a principal? No. Did I ever become a superintendent? No. I didn't even stay in the classroom for I don't even have 5 years, like consecutive 5 years in the classroom. Have I been teaching for 5 years? Yeah, off and on. But giving the Lord my yes totally changed the trajectory of my life. And it's not a bad thing, not at all, but it just didn't work out like that. So I say all that to say, like, I ended up not doing the Spanish minor because I wasn't moving to Texas. So yeah, I took Spanish in high school and took French. Oh, cool! You took French. You know, Pastor Lawrence speaks fluent French. I think that's one of his degrees from West Point is French. So that's cool, Deidre. That is really cool. I got a right, Michaela, Texas. Girls, like, everybody want to go to Texas. Can we talk about that? You know, okay, let's put a pin in that. Side note: the pipeline from St. Louis to Texas and Texas back to St. Louis is actually really crazy and needs to be studied. Because why do everybody from St. Louis want to go to Texas, but then they be right back here in a couple years? Okay. Let's wrap that up and come on back because I might have just ruffled a couple of feathers. Okay. So, anyways, what was I talking about? Yes. So, library. Speaking of foreign language, Deidre, the library actually sent out a email today that said, yeah, girl, you didn't know that? Yeah, girl, he does. He speaks fluent French. Um, but the library actually sent out a email today about Rosetta Stone. Like, if you have a library card, they are giving, or you can like check out like Rosetta Stone like program, and you can learn a foreign language, which I thought was really cool. Brother is in Texas. Really? I didn't know Miles had any siblings. That's so cool. I can't wait to go visit. Yeah, girl. Well, okay, I'll say this. Because I grew up in Oklahoma, my hometown is only about maybe 30 minutes from the Texas border. So we spent a lot of time like in Texas. Um, and and then I have family in Texas and everything. So I'm gonna just say, enjoy it, girl. Have the experience. Go enjoy it. An older brother. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, you know what? To be honest with you, I'm like, I didn't know that Miles had any siblings. Well, that's because I've never met anybody else but Miles from his family. Like, I don't know anybody else. So duh, I wouldn't know he had a older brother because I never met nobody else from his family. So, but that's cool. But yeah, girl, enjoy Texas. Texas is huge. When Lee and I were in college with Souls of Fire, we actually did a tour of Texas. So we spent 2 weeks in a van with Souls of Fire, and we went all over the state of Texas, and just sang and held worship nights and did outreach things, all in Texas for 2 weeks because Texas is just that big. It is huge. So yeah, that's what we did. It was let's see, whose shirt is this? 24 months. Okay. Yep. Yep. I am finally getting clothes folded after what, 2 weeks? But that's what it's been. It's like I only like I can wash clothes, but having to or being able to actually fold them, I usually like don't get to it for at least a week and sometimes 2 weeks. Cause I just don't have the time most times to get it done. So, yep. Let's see. So what else is going on with you guys? I have not been on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, um, anything this month. I've been on YouTube, of course. It's like learning yeah, right. Yeah, girl. And so my grandmother is actually in Texas with my older brother. Um, yeah, girl. She is full-blooded Japanese, and people are always shocked to learn that because I don't look like my like I look like I got something else in me besides black, but people never like think like, oh, it's Asian, really? And then when I tell people that, they usually don't believe me until they see her and they're like, oh, you were serious. I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. But um but yeah, because I'm only a quarter Japanese. My daddy was half, so look, math major, and then then you take half of a half, so you got a fourth, and then you got me, So, and just the fact that Carter looks so much like my dad, and and then the fact that Amaya, if you look at Amaya's eyes look very, very Asian. So, it's like the fact that those little, just genetics, I'll just say that, just genetics is really crazy. And just how, it skips around and it ends up. Yeah. Oh, you did? I'm so sorry. Yeah, girl, I am not on social media this month, because I'm just be transparent, right? Safe space with Soraya. Because I am breastfeeding. Um, and Michaela, you know about this too. Making changes to your diet really affects, like, your supply. And because I've already been struggling with my supply, I did not want to make, any changes like for my diet when it came to fasting. So so I decided to fast from social media, because social media like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads now, um, it serves as a huge distraction. It really does. And for me, consecration is about, denying your flesh, crucifying your flesh. It's about, what are you spending, your time doing? You know what I mean? So, so I decided to get off of social media, except for YouTube, this month, um, to fast from something and to participate in the fast somehow, even though I wasn't able to do, the food part of it. So yeah, so I haven't been on there, and I knew I was missing messages. I knew I was, but I was just like, well, I'll just have to message later somehow, get to it later. Um, but honestly, I'm really trying to debate and decide if I even want to go back to, social media, like once the fast is over. And I say that not being able to do the food return concept is something about the, yeah. Look, listen, baby, the way that denies your flesh when you want that cookie, you like, and you hear the Lord, ain't you supposed to be fasting? You be like, oh yes, Jesus, I am fasting for you, Jesus, yes, Lord. Or you just be hungry and you be like, am I gonna go get these fries or not? Will I just repent for this piece of cake later? You just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't give in to temptation. But you know what I learned though, like when it comes to like the food part of it, and this is okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This is something that I didn't talk about in the live Michaela for worship, but this was also playing a role in or something that I had in my mind when I was preparing for worship on Sunday. Um, the fact that we are in consecration month, and the fact the songs that I chose were very intentional um, in speaking to our heart posture for consecration, right? So one of the songs that I chose, and for the sermonic, I chose "You Are the Living Word," right? The bread of heaven sent down from glory, many things you were on earth, right? And I chose that because the Bible says, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. And what I have found is, during fasting, when you are physically hungry, just like Jesus was when he was in the wilderness, right? And the enemy came and was tempting him, with food, and with riches and with whatever. The Lord responded with the word, like with scripture. And so what that taught me was that him being, the living word and the bread of life, like he really is that. Like when I'm physically hungry, I need to respond with the word, because that is the bread of life. Like so I chose, you are the living word, for that reason, to serve as a reminder to the people, like when you are hungry during this fast, turn to the word, fill yourself up with the word. That's what it's for, fill yourself up with prayer, because that's what it's for. Like that's that manna, that's the daily bread, the word of God. And I wasn't able to share that, while I was singing, because I ended up singing that song during offering, which there was a whole lot going on during that song. There was so much going on. Like they were doing, oh, I need a pump. Oh, okay. But yeah, there was so much going on during that song. Like they were doing offering, and then people was they were bringing things onto the stage for Bishop, and then Bishop was like telling me to scoot over this way, then he was like scoot back this way, and then I was like, what? It just got really crazy. It just got really crazy up there. So yeah. But that's also something else that didn't go the way that I expected it to on Sunday. Like I thought that song was going to hit more. And I think it probably would have if I was able to explain, my heart behind it, like I just did here. I think it would have hit more, but yeah, but that was my heart. That was my heart for choosing it. Like every song that I chose on Sunday was very intentional, to go along with consecration month. Absolutely. Yes, girl, I'ma go. Right, because then it's like, do you really get up and talk during offering? You know what I mean? Because the people focused on giving, they focused on walking. So if I would have talked, would it have even, made sense? Would they even been listening? Who knows? Who knows? And then, like, even during the worship set, there was so many things going on. The fact that I needed to pump, the fact that that I missed the key change in the beginning. Yeah, it just, yeah, it was a lot. Gosh, yes, he is. He is the living. Because in the beginning was the Word. Hello, and the Word was. See, and okay, and this is scripture. Like I be getting confused, because in the beginning was the Word, and the word was God, and the word was with God, or the word was with God, and the word was God. But either way it goes, the word was God. He is the word. The period. It's Jesus, okay? That's period. But that's one thing you're gonna find out about me is that I am not a like quotey scripture person. Like I can reference the scripture. I know what the scripture is, but will you find me quoting it like accurately word for word? You probably won't. You probably will not. But I know where it is and I can reference it absolutely. And you know, and it'll come up like I'll be talking and like the word like just like I'll reference it like no problem. But can I quote it exactly? No, I cannot. Thank you so much, Michaela. Yes, he does. And I believe he does. I do. I believe he does. I do. Yeah, girl. I talk about that in on Who Struggles With It. No. No. No, girl, I be struggling. I be like, so that's why sometimes like I will avoid like quoting scripture like when I'm ad-libbing or like exhorting before I lead worship, not because I don't know it, not because I ain't got the word in my heart, but it's because I know I'm gonna mess up some of these words. And I know that they're gonna be looking at me like, what was she trying to say? And then I'm gonna get distracted because I'm laughing at myself because I know I'd have messed up these words. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. But I'll be trying though. But here again, and I hate to use this, but literally, the Lord knows my heart. He know that I be, I be trying to say the word. He do. He know. He know I be trying. But anyways. No, you are not alone, girl. Not alone. Not at all. Cause I know yeah. Yeah, girl, no. Not at all. But I mean, honestly though, like it's true, like whatever's in you, it is going to come out. And so I'm grateful that even if I can't quote it, exactly that that I really have hidden like the stories. I really have hidden the principles within my heart, and that I can pull from them when I need them, when I need encouragement or when somebody else needs encouragement. I pull from those things. I can't quote it exactly, but but I pull definitely from the word. So because I really have hidden it in my heart. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yep. Yep. I am almost done folding clothes. I see one of the twins on the monitor. She's like squirming and moving around. Ooh. Maybe they're just readjusting. We'll see. So the other night, I woke up to like this really annoying beeping sound. I was like, what is that? And I could hear it through the baby monitor. And I was like, what is going on? Is the baby monitor like, is it dying because it works off a battery charge? I'm like, is it dying? Like what's going on here? And then the twins started crying. And I was like, oh, okay, let's get up. Let's see what's going on. It was the fire, the smoke detector was just beeping. And I think that's what woke the girls up. Like, and I was so mad at that, that little detector thing. Cause I was like, we could have all still been asleep, but you want to keep beeping for whatever reason. And it was crazy because the battery wasn't even low. Like it was just beeping. and we couldn't figure out how to change the battery, and we couldn't get it open, and it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy, but it just stopped beeping on its own. Like it wasn't even a battery thing, so who knows? Whatever. Anyways, it stopped beeping, so we were all able to finally get some sleep. But I felt kind of ghetto for a second because, you know, sometimes us, we, no, we, there we go, we just be leaving them detectives beeping, and it just be like, you don't hear that? Just be all on the phone. Beep. Be on the live. Beep. It's like, you can't hear that? Go fix that, Saints. Go fix it. But we couldn't figure out where it was coming from, why it was doing it, and how to change the batteries. But it stopped on its own. So we were like, okay. It is what it is. So chirp, right. Just beep. Beep. Oh, I'm too easily entertained. I can hear my husband right now, like, you're so easily entertained. And I am so easily entertained. Like, the littlest things, like, really crack me up. They do. They really crack me up. And I'm like one of the most unserious people that you will ever meet in your life. Except when it comes to worship. When it comes to worship, I take that very seriously. But everything else, and the things of God, I'll say that. But then sometimes I be finding humor even with God. I be finding the humor and I be laughing. Me and Jesus be in here cracking up. Especially when he be like in the Bible, and some of the things that Jesus be saying, I be like, Lord, you really said that to them people? Like, you ain't, like, Lord, let them breathe. Get off their neck, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Girl, it'd be me and the Lord. Me and the Lord. We be hanging out. Girl, he funny. Jesus be funny. And the way he be talking to me. And I think that's the thing I love about the Lord is like when the Lord talks to you, like the way that in a way that he knows is going to get your attention. Right. Right. And so like the way he be talking to me, he be like, if you don't get yourself together, girl, what's wrong with you? And I just be like, okay, Lord, thank you. I'd be like, Jesus, let me live, please. I love him. I do. I love the Lord. Me and the Lord. And he knows me so well. He knows how to get my attention. He knows how to talk to me in a way I understand. I love him so much. It's me and Jesus. So anyways, okay, I am done folding laundry. Y'all, that's 2 weeks worth of clothes that I am done folding. So I'm going to go put these clothes away. I'm going to go start some more laundry because we are running low on socks and shirts and everything else. And I need to go pump because I am over, I think I'm almost 2 hours overdue. Okay, I'm going to go power pump and and get this milk out. But I had to wait until my pump parts got washed in the dishwasher too. So anyways, okay. All right. I love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out. Yes. Pump. Yes. I'm going to go, Michelle. Yes. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for chatting with me. I love getting on live with y'all. Y'all make lives so fun. And this is good. This is good. I like I said, I think I don't know if I'm gonna get back on the other apps, because I don't have as much fun over there as much as I've been having on YouTube lately, and I've been asking the Lord, for monetization on YouTube, and everything, and so I kind of feel like the Lord was like, well, in order to bless you over there, you got to plant seeds over there. So here I am planting seeds over here, and trying to I've been trying to decide to, like, I don't necessarily want to completely do away with the other apps, but I know I definitely need to become more disciplined, because I will spend hours just Just scrolling. Just scrolling. Seeing the same people. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the same videos, the same posts. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, why? Why, Soraya? You know? And, wasting time scrolling when I could be doing something else that's productive with my time, you know? So I've been trying to think, like, should I, just designate, like, live at 4? Kristen! Right. Right. Live at 4, baby. Yes. To see, because you know what? And that's the crazy thing is, it's like vlogging, I wish I felt this comfortable, like, with vlogging. And I think I'm getting there, but sometimes with vlogs, like, it's really hard to like talk like this and like be this laid back with, in a vlog, because like there's nobody in the chat that I'm like interacting with. And, sometimes I really worry about like how much to like FaceTime talk like this in a vlog, because I'm like, is it engaging enough? Will people swipe away? Um, and then because I'm like a smaller creator, a smaller channel, I'm like, some people, um, I feel like I haven't gained that type of community yet with, I don't know. But yeah, but I'm enjoying this live. Aw, thank you, Deidre. Thank you, Michaela. I'm so glad you guys enjoy this, because I enjoy it too, baby. Listen, so last week's live, I enjoyed my own live so much. Baby, I went back and watched my own live. Like multiple times. I was like, ooh, let me go listen to this live again. And I was like clipping it up like, ooh, that was good. That was good, Soraya. That was good. Because I had so much fun. I love, oh, okay. Follows you that. Okay, good, good. Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that, Kristen, because in the vlog that I'm posting this week, there's like 10 minutes where I'm just like talking. I'm talking just like this. At least say about it. What did Lee say about, wait, what, girl? Wait. Say about the live. What did he say about the live? Lee, well, first of all, Lee was very shocked that I was on live for 2 hours, because I told him, I was like, babe, I went live today on YouTube. And he was like, oh, really? Because he's been telling me, Soraya, you need to go live, because lives actually help your watch hours like so much. Like when I was on live last week for 2 hours, that gave me 9 watch hours. Like, that's crazy. Like in one day, I got 9 watch hours. Like sometimes I don't even get 9 watch hours in a week. So, so being on live and wait a minute. Oh, my phone is on 2%. Let me go get this charger. Look, same as last time. But yeah, but being on live like gives you watch hours like super quick. And so you okay, Carter? No? Oh, what's wrong? You okay? Okay. What was I saying, Saints? Oh Lord. Watch hours. Yes. Being on live. Okay. So I was like, I was like, yeah, I was on live. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, I was on there for 2 hours. And he was like, oh, okay. So then he went back and watched it. And when he finished it, he was like, you was really on here talking for 2 hours? I was like, yeah, I was. He was like, wow, that's a lot. But I was like, this is what I be doing in the house. I be yapping just like this, just to the Lord. And I just be yapping, and this is what I do, especially during the winter. Yes. Yes. Yeah, girl. Tell them to go live. Can't remember. Yes. Yep. Yep. Tell Miles to go live. I think isn't he doing like the guns thing? Like that's his thing. Yeah. I mean, maybe go live at the gun range, and show like how he sets it up, or I mean, I don't know, whatever he wants to do, whatever he wants to do. But yeah, going live, and we were right, we was chatting, girl. Yeah, and it's just like, and even when um I don't know, like I'd be on here talking before anybody get on here. Like on the last live I did, which was just earlier today, I was talking for like a good 10 minutes before anybody even got on there. Hey, it is what it is. And then when people go back and replay the live too, that helps. Can you do a worship live on YouTube? You know what, Deidre? That's definitely an idea. It's definitely in my back pocket. I just got to figure out how to do it, because one of the things that I'm concerned about is like copyright issues. Like if I'm like singing other people's songs, like will YouTube like flag it for copyright? And if they do, whatever is like copyrighted, like you can't monetize off of like that video, like if it's flagged for copyright or whatever. And granted, I'm not monetized right now anyway, so it really don't matter right now. But
Mommy,
yes,
I'm hungry.
you hungry?
Yeah.
Here we go. All right, she hungry. All right. Okay, I'm getting out of here. No, girl, it is okay. Go watch the replay. Go watch the replay. Put comment on there, because them comments help, right? And then me responding help, like, and whatever you need to do. Yeah, girl. And I'll respond to whatever, because I did like stop and ask. Yes, Avery. Mm-hmm. Avery came back, says she hungry. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's Avery. Says she hungry. So and Carter probably hungry too. He was like, he's in my room right now on the iPad, and he was like, down, down. That's how I know he's ready to get down off my bed. Down. So he probably hungry too. So let me find these kids something to eat. It's 4:00. Ooh. Trying to think. Should I just go ahead and do dinner?
No.
Or should oh Did y'all hear that?
No.
No dinner?
No.
Oh.
Only at the night.
Oh, only do dinner at night?
Yes.
Oh.
Not in the morning.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want some Teddy Grahams? You want to snack on some Teddy Grahams?
No.
Well, if you don't want dinner, then what else?
Maybe some peanut butter jelly.
She said that would take right, girl. Well, we're actually out of bread because I forgot to tell Daddy to buy some at the store yesterday. So, I just want a snack. Right. What about some grapes? You want some grapes?
Okay.
Grapes. Okay. You got grapes and Teddy Grahams. Would you like both or just grapes?
Just grapes.
Just grapes. Okay. We can do that. We can do that. Wants the charcuterie board. Ain't nobody gonna be that fancy. We are not gonna be that fancy.
Black.
Yep. Here's some grapes, sister girl. Lord, help us, Lord.
Mom,
Yes.
every day I can watch at the living room. So I was just trying to watch in my room.
Okay. You can watch in your room.
Yay! I'm so excited!
Avery, you've been watching in your room for like the past couple of hours. What are you doing?
I'm trying to watch it.
Oh, okay. Deidre said hi, Avery.
Hi.
All right. Okay. How many closings is this, Michaela? Because I feel like this is, what are we up to, 4 right now? I feel like we got closing number 4. I don't know. Let's see. Anyways, I really do need to go pump. I'm gonna go. I know I've been talking too much because my lips done got dry. Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm gonna get off here for real. Now I'm gonna start smacking and I'm on 3. That's so funny. Now I done got real comfortable. I'm here smacking and eating these grapes. Let me get off here and act like I got some sense. So. All right. Y'all take care. Again, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining in on my live. I don't know when I'm gonna go live again. But it'll be soon again because this is so much fun. I love doing this. Everyone's food. She does, but for right now, she got some grapes because she told me she didn't want dinner. I said, "Do you want dinner, Avery?" She said, "No." Okay, I guess we'll wait on dinner. So, so all right, I will talk to y'all very soon, and that's it. All right, bye.